Jeff Solo. 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 Jeff Solo Times.
Alrighty folks, welkom bienvenue chez Jeff Solo. How's it going? No really the greatest car boot haul this week, so I thought I've had a wee clean up in here, a wee tidy up, a wee manoeuvring. It's still not the way I want it, but at the moment it'll have to do. Still a lot of stuff to be churned out, to be honest, a lot of stuff to be sold on. But just I thought I would just do an updated collection room kind of tour. It's a really nice day out there. I don't know what the lighting's going to be like, so apologies for that, but I know a few folk were interested in this a while ago and I just kind of forgot. But yeah, and you'll also see a lot of boxes full of toys that I don't know what I'm going to do with them. There's also a loft that is gradually emptying, I have to say. There's still a bit up there, but there's not as much as there was. I've cleared out a fair bit out of there. There's still a lot more to go. If it's not on display, it's getting sold, so I'm trying to cram everything in to the display cases. But anyway, yeah, I just thought I'd give you a quick tour of my collection room. So we'll just start over here. This is my desk where the magic happens. I say the magic, these quality viewing videos. So yeah, just a few bits of artwork around there, a couple of signed photographs of Dirk Benedict and R2-D2. Couple of prints from the Visionaries. I actually got these from the actual person who drew these. I sent away for them from America. It cost me a fortune, but well worth it. This one here in particular is of all the Visionaries that never were. So that's pretty awesome. A print out of a Waddington's jigsaw, which I framed up. It looks pretty cool, but I think I might be giving that to somebody. I'm not sure yet. Yeah, Galvatron painting, which is probably one of my favourite things in my collection. I love that. I love Galvatron. This is a new thing because I couldn't. These were actually behind the desk when I moved the desk, but I managed to get all my Thor figures up on the wall there. There's a new addition there, Odin. I don't collect these as much as I used to. I just kind of, if I see one and it's going quite cheap, I'll buy it if I don't have it. I think I have pretty much all the Dark World figures, but the Mighty Avenger, there was quite a few, so I am missing a few of those. Pretty tricky to get over here, I have to say. Now it's just a bit of a mess, this shelf at the moment. It's just a hodgepodge of all different stuff. I've got my Lego Biker Scout there, a couple of torches, my Disney minifigure collection at the back there. I'm not a huge Lego fan, but some bits of Lego that I do like, and I'm quite into the minifigures, as you'll see in a minute. There's my Mighty Mugs Leoric, K2SO I think, a vintage kind of King Kong, Mech Tech Godzilla, a little Superman, and the only four of the Disney Infinity figures I have. They were cheap. They'll probably be being moved on. The wee Crackle I got last week, thought I'd stick them up there. The only Galactic hero I have left, the limited edition Chase Batman from the DC Mystery Minis, Batman White Lantern, a GoBot which I got in the charity shop for £1, thought was pretty awesome. Then down here it's quite dark. Sorry about that, but it's just my minifigures. Just got my Guardians figures. It's Batman at the back there, Superman, Green Goblin or Hobgoblin, Taserface. And then down here, Speeder. That's my, I don't know what you call them, brickheads. Hulk. Won't be getting too many of those, but I really like that Hulk. A £5 apparently. Cheers, Jeff. That's quite a bonus to find that. My Yellow Submarine set. More Star Wars. These are all Star Wars minifigs in the cases. It's a bit blurry, but they're just kind of all your sort of usual suspects. And up the top there is all my knockoff Lego my mum bought me. They're all Lego minifigures, but knockoff ones. They're absolutely superb. They've got cowboy guns, all sorts of crazy stuff. I think one of them's got a frying pan. Just fantastic. So cheers, mum, for those. Down here we have a random Funko Pop shelf. The Pop collection is fairly growing, so yep. I've got the Big Lebowski, the dude, Robocop, Wonder Woman, Shredder, Davy Jones, and I can never remember that guy, BB9E I think it is, for that droid. So that's cool. Next shelf down, bit more Lego. Shuttle Tiberius, which is the kind of biggest Lego thing I have, and when I end up selling all my Lego, I'll have to keep that because I could never afford a vintage one. They go for silly money. I'm not paying that. There's the Milano. There's Yondu, a keyring, and a Darth Vader torch. Down at the bottom here, it's really dark, but I've got my Ghostbusters figures in the corner there. Sons of Anarchy, bit of Game of Thrones, bit of Warcraft, and the Judge Dredd badge and helmet, and a wee bottle of fluid because I am almost 2 years no cigarettes. Well done, Jeff. Right, we'll move up to the top here. Again, quite a lot of a mess, really. I've got a random Yondu there sitting with all the Star Wars stuff. This is, I love this. It's kind of a deformed Darth Vader. I don't know where he's from or what he is, but I love him. He's cool. A couple of more Funkos, which I didn't keep the boxes for, so they just sit up here. The interactive talking Han Solo with actual phrases by Harrison Ford, which is cool, Disney Store. At the back there I've got my sort of big Jack Pacific figures, and then the two Disney kind of talking ones, similar to Han Solo, talking ones. I've got a electronic BB-8 and electronic R2-D2. I had loads of fun with those. You need an app for R2-D2. The BB-8, I've got a controller for him, but loads of fun. Black Series Jabba the Hutt, Bandai model kit C-3PO, and then Black Series. I don't collect a lot of the Black Series, just the ones I kind of like. The ones kind of from the original trilogy, as you can tell. So that's those. First cabinet. We've got, there's me, hello. I'm not going to open all the kit, will I? Everything might come tumbling out, but we'll give it a go. Just pray that nothing comes falling out. This one's a bugger because the bottom of it, the magnet's a lot stronger than the top. Oh, yes, it worked. Right, so in this one, we've got the Hot Toys Han Solo and the Sideshow Han Solo. And then we've also got Decker from the second Blade Runner movie. And a couple of the 40th anniversary figures at the back, Vader and Leia, still carded. Next row down, we've got some of the Star Wars Elite from the Disney Store, a modern and a vintage Stormtrooper and Darth Vader. Down here we have the Tamashii Nations, I think, are they figure arts? No, not figure arts. Tamashii Nations Bandai kind of samurai looking chaps. I've got Boba Fett and a Stormtrooper, and then I've also got Kylo Ren, which I got from the car boot for £1, which is the Star Wars Elite, R2-D2 Star Wars Elite, and that is the BB-8 who came with Rey, but I have given Rey away. I think Paulie got Rey in the end. I only wanted the BB-8 out of that set, so that's fine. Another kind of hodgepodge down here. I've got Barbossa, Captain Jack, Perseus, there's Thor Ragnarok, Robocop, Yondu and Legolas. Just a very strange lot. And then down the bottom here, I've got rid of all my Black Series mini ships, the sort of die-cast metal ones. I sold a lot. I've only got those left, the little ships. They were gifts, so I'm not really going to sell those. And there is my Power of the Force figures, some of them from my childhood, and that Stormtrooper at the back there is actually the Han Solo and Stormtrooper disguise, but it's a Star Wars one, so it's a knockoff. I think I did a video on that years ago, which really, well, it put me to where I am today with the amount of views it got. That was a bad one. But anyway, as you know, folks, I'm not in it for the views. I just like to interact with like-minded people, to be honest, and have a bit of a laugh and a giggle. Right, so, oh, that was nearly another disaster. I think the last cabinet's going to be the one where we come unstuck. But anyway, here is my Brave Star collection. Not got many. I'd like 30-30, but I'm not paying the money for them. I think there's only a couple more that I really need. I've got all Tex Hex and Brave Star. I've got all their weapons and accessories, so I'm not really fussed. That's pretty much it for my Brave Star stuff, I think. Down here, I love my Battlestar Galactica, so I've got a few figures there, a couple of Cylons, a big massive chunky man missing half his armour, Cylon, Thermos and Starbuck. And then at the back there I've got my Mego figures, Star Trek Mego figures. Pretty awesome. Gary sorted me out with Kirk and Spock, and Paulie sorted me out with the Klingon. I just need the Klingon's boots, which is a pain in the hoop trying to get. Down the bottom here, I'll say the bottom, down this shelf, just some Marvel bits. Got Thor, I've got Hulk, the Marvel Select Hulk, the Marvel Select Juggernaut, which is probably one of the best figures I own. It's just absolutely colossal. Wolverine at the back, and then the other Wolverine who never stands up, the brown suited Wolverine, which my brother bought me. Sorry, losing a bit of focus there. Yeah, there he is at the back. The Colossus and Juggernaut kind of merger figure, which is pretty cool. And then a Marvel Select Thor again. Down the bottom here we have the start of my Thing collection. I have quite a few, as you can see. This is the first sort of shelf. Just try and zoom in a bit. It's the first shelf. I know Korg isn't supposed to be a thing, but he's made of rocks, isn't he? So he looks the part. So he goes in with them. So that's shelf 1 of the Things. And now this is where it could get a bit tasty, because I think these might fall all over the place. Let's try, hold on. Cheeky as you like, we're in. So in here we have kind of a mixed match of vintage kind of figures. We've got Chuck Norris at the back there, a couple of Rambo figures, a Commando figure right at the back there, you can see it. Then we've got my A-Team figures and a couple of Karate Kid figures. Then we've got Popeye and Super Ted, and that wee thing which I got the car boot for 50p a while ago, and a little Buck Rogers Starship, I think it is. Down here we've got my Stargate collection, just a wee collection. I'd like to get all the figures, but at the moment I'm pretty happy with this lot, to be honest. Sorry about the focus, guys. It keeps going out of focus. Yeah, so that's pretty cool. Next row down we've got my Bucky O'Hare stuff. I've got more Toads, and I've got the vehicles. I've got a complete collection really with all the weapons, but the vehicles are just a bit bulky, so they are in storage along with about another 10 Toads. I love the Toads. So yeah, that's them. Then it's my vintage Turtles collection. Now I'm not really wanting to collect too many Turtles, so I was just happy having the 4 main Turtles and the main bad guys, which I have. The only one I don't have is Krang, but I'm not too fussed about that. So, and they're all with accessories just about, so I'm pretty happy with that. Next row down, I got my Biker Mice from Mars. Still looking for, is that Modo or Throttle? Still looking for that chap's helmet. I had it and I lost it, so I'm a bit bummed. At the back there, we have the Captain Planet and the Planeteers. So that's pretty cool. Then just some kind of weird and wonderful turtle figures. A couple I got from America. The kind of army dude and the ice hockey player. And then just a few crazy looking cats. I think they're awesome. Then we got my Captain Simeon and his space monkeys. Yeah, I've pretty much got all of them, just looking for their accessories. Pretty happy. There's the big man at the back there. Captain Simeon. She's the hardest to get. So I was pretty happy to have her. Yeah, so that's coming on nicely. Just need the rest of the parts for the little chap and we're cooking. And then down here is the second part of the Thing collection, including my Fantastic Four carded figure there that I got off Tom from Pizarro's Pieces recently for a good price. So I definitely recommend checking out Tom, and he's got some cool bits for sale, so check him out, Pizarro's Pieces. I'll put a link in the description below. So there you go. Oh dear God, I'm not as young as I used to be. Right, we'll go up here. Just some carded Star Wars figures from most of them Return of the Jedi, I think all of them. So we got Wiki, Lando, Han Solo in Hoth disguise, or trench coat, not disguise, just Hoth clothes. Oh no, it's not Hoth clothes, I'm talking about Erse. It's when he was on, not Hoth, you know what I mean, the place where the Ewoks were. Then we've got Klaatu, Logray, Klaatu again with a different get-up. We've got Admiral Akbar. Then we've got a couple of the jumbo figures. We've got, whoa, Glare. We've got Han Solo, and we've got a Snowtrooper. And then over here we have a Gamorrean Guard, which was the first carded figure I ever got. I got it at the car boot for £10 off a dealer, which I was pretty stoked with. Then Nikto, Reese, and then I have a reproduction Jawa on the original Star Wars back card. My dad bought this for me. I don't like reproduction too much, but his heart was in the right place, so I keep it. And then down the bottom here, I've got my Wedge Antilles figure from the vintage collection, signed by the man himself, Dennis Lawson, who's obviously from my town, so now you know where I live. Oh my god! Then I've got a couple of Stargate figures. And then I've got my Robin Hood Kenner figure collection, which I have complete and carded. Love that line and I love that movie. Yeah, really, really cool. So there you go. We'll just rattle through this because I'm running out of battery on my phone. Got a talking BB-8, it's pretty awesome. That's Jack's again. That cool print I got from the charity shop. Still got to put that on the wall. Got some James Bond prints. My favourite Roger Moore. Just a few along the top there. A Visionaries carded figure and a Flash Gordon carded figure, but it's the vintage one, I think, from Kapow Toys. What's it from again? No, Biff Bang Pow, sorry. Toys, Kapow Toys, no. Biff Bang Pow. Oh, it's losing focus again. There we go. Yep, up here, a couple of gnomes from Dundee United, which is my football club I support. Then we've got some Funko Rides. Godzilla. Pose X-Wing, which is orange and black, same colours as my football team. We then got a Hal Jordan, which is brilliant. It flashes and there's a big ring as well. Where's the ring? Over there. There you can see it. Oh, there it is. You see it? I suppose so. So yeah, he makes noises and says the chant, lights up. It's really cool. It's Ryan Reynolds' voice too, so it's really awesome. And my Danger Mouse stuff, just a little collection of those. And then my Star Wars space opera figures. They're cool, they dance to a tune. My missus got me those, real good fun. I'm not going to open these cases because there's too much shite everywhere, as you can see. Oh dear. But I'll quickly show you these as well, just some Funko Pops. Tron, Iceman and Red Ranger. Then I've got the James Bond Pops, which I've got all of them. So there you go, just a quick one, show you those. Then I've got my Thundercat stuff, I've got my Mezco, Tigra and Penthro. It's not as good with the glass doors shut, apologies, but it's just too much of a footer about. Then I've got my vintage Star Wars, vintage Thundercats. Still waiting and looking for accessories for a lot of these guys. Some more down there. And then the bottom I've got Chitara and Lino and Snarf from the Mezco sort of figure range. Over here I have the I think it's the Dark World. Yeah, the Dark World Thor hot toy. Looking badass. Love that. My missus bought me that for a Christmas a couple of years ago and he's one of my favourite pieces. Down here I've got Baby Groot, hot toy, and Chris Pratt, aka Star-Lord. Pretty awesome. Next one down is Defenders of the Earth. Defenders, doo-doo. And then down the bottom I've got some Sideshow James Bond figures. And I've also got the Man from U.N.C.L.E. car with reproduction packaging. That is an original Lotus from, oh, I can't remember the film that one's from. It's a Roger Moore one. And then at the back behind it I've got two James Bond cars, original gold cars. Back over here again I've got some signed photos from Danny, John Jules, who is my hero, legend, and Jeremy Bulloch, who played Boba Fett. I've got the exclusive Groot figure from, I think I got that at Tesco, so I did alright with that one. I didn't think I'd get any of those sort of exclusive ones, but I got him, which is pretty awesome, so he'll just stay in the box just because I've got too many Groots already. Just some Funko Pops, got the Battlestar Galactica, Top Cat, Blue Snaggletooth. Then I've got the Flash Gordon Funko Pops. And then I've got the Phantom and Space Ghost. It's pretty awesome. Down here, it is the Masters of the Universe Funko Pops and some Street Fighter. And then the rest of the Masters of the Universe Pops that I own. And then right down the bottom, oh, it's really dark, we've got my Guardians of the Galaxy Funko Pops. So there you go. Back up to the top. We're nearly there, folks, don't worry. Got my Godzilla hand puppet. Got the car boot for £1, I think. That was the Dominus Rex, which I got for £10 from a charity shop. It works and it is a pretty spectacular toy. It's not as good as the original ones, but it's probably the best of the bunch, to be honest, with regards to the Lost World, not the Lost World, Jurassic World, sorry. And then another Godzilla that Paulie sorted me out with from the one that Vince Vaughn was in. Pretty awesome. Not Vince Vaughn. Oh yeah, it was Vince Vaughn. Was he not the guy who done the cameraman? Pretty sure it was him. And then, sorry, there's Gladiator Hulk there too. I got him in B&M Bargains, 15 quid. Barry bargain. Yeah, there's me. Hello, chaps and chapasses. Here we go. Actually, I could probably open this one. Everything doesn't come fleeing out of this. So yeah, here's my vintage Star Wars collection, figures wise. This is my whole cabinet's just vintage Star Wars. It's taken me a long time to collect all these, let me tell you. I'm about probably 10 short of having everything. The second shelf, my latest recruit was this chap here. Is that Low Grey or the other one? I've got both of them now anyway. He was the one I really needed. Warwick, I think that is. Warwick? Yeah, I think so. Then I've got the Imperial, my little Imperial Army, my blue Snaggletooth. So it's pretty cool. Next shelf down, I've got a ATST, an X-Wing, a Snowspeeder, complete working, and I've got the Return of the Jedi Han Solo blaster pistol. Second last shelf, I've got the Rancor, I've got a puzzle at the back there, and a boxed mini rig. Slave 1 cloud car with one pilot, the other one's fallen out, and another mini rig. And down the bottom, still not complete, but I've got the Millennium Falcon, still needs the radar disc, but all good. Oh, hello! Somebody's saying, "Alright, Jeff, what are you doing?" Right, so that's that one, and then finally, more Funkos and a few more bits on the wall. I've got that Ryu figure, G.I. Joe, which I love. My brother got me that for Christmas last year. I don't know if you saw my video where I got a special parcel from him for Christmas. I did it on Christmas Eve, and that was the kind of the pièce de résistance out of the super ultra cool box that I got off him and his wife. So I really appreciate that. It's so cool. I love those, and I'm trying to get more of them, but they're not that easy to get hold of. Black Series Han Solo, 3 3/4 inch in carbonite. My missus got me that when that first came out. She knows I love Harrison Ford, so I've kept that one on the shelf. Now, a new addition to the team is the Jurassic Park Funko Pops. I now have all of them bar the Raptor, and obviously the limited edition ones, which I'm not going to bother with. But I've ordered the Raptor, so he should be here in the next couple of weeks. So that's pretty awesome. Next shelf down, G.I. Joe Funko Pops. The Destro one, which is it's probably my favourite Funko Pop, to be honest, and Warcraft. Down again, we've got an animated Batman. Then we've got the kind of vintage Batman, a couple of villains, and then we've got my Star Wars Funko Pops, which are being hidden by my ginormous Stormtrooper. But we'll just show you the ones that are on view that you can see easily. We'll just move this guy's arm. Who's behind him? Oh, IG-88. And then down the bottom here, more Star Wars. Sorry, it's very wobbly now. Max Rebo, Vader, all the gang, and a flocked Chewbacca in the corner there. And then I've also got this huge Jack-specific Stormtrooper. And over here, a massive Jack-specific Darth Vader, who wears my hat. So there you go, folks. A few bits on the desk, I'll just show you those. Bobblehead Shredder, animated Batman, just bits and pieces I'm fiddling about with. Those two I got in that box from my brother and his wife for Crimbo. And yeah, so there you go, folks. Just a quick peruse of my collection. I said I would do a collection update, and I hope I've delivered to the best of my ability, and I hope you guys have enjoyed watching me show you all my toot. And this video has been super long, so I won't take up any more of your time. Thanks a lot, guys. Take care. Bye.